Do you know what child labor is? Do you know where in the world child labor happens? According to UNICEF, child labor is work that is dangerous and keeps children from going to work. Work that does not interfere with school is not considered child labor. There are about 214 million kids around the world in child labor. 53% are in Asia and in the Pacific, 30% are in Africa, and 7% are in Latin America. About half of these children are involved in hazardous work. One of the largest forms of child labor is cocoa farming. 70% of the world's chocolate comes from the Ivory Coast. Some brands that are accused of using child labor are Nestle, Hershey's, Mars, and many more. You can support Fair Trade, which is a company that gives children fair amounts of money for working. Other examples of child labor are bonded labor and domestic labor. Bonded labor is when the parents have no other choice but to send their children to work off the family debt. Domestic labor is when children are forced to work at home, like the parents force them to work. Brands that are accused of using child labor are Nike, Apple, Disney, etc. Nike is one of the companies that use children to make their products but actually pay them. Human rights means the equality of every human to be treated fairly, yet these kids are treated so poorly. Children should have the right to education, clean water, food, safety, shelter, and love. This global issue is important because the reason children have to work is because their families were in poverty before, so now the kids are in poverty, they can't get the jobs, and so on. The poverty cycle is when families have been in poverty for 3 generations. Some ways we can help are supporting organizations like UNICEF or IPEC that help work for the survival, protection, and development for the children that are most disadvantaged. Another way you can help is try to buy from fair trade products. Any of these ways will work. What will you do to help stop child labor?